President Trump said he would impose tariffs on countries with VAT, so people on social media are saying, maybe Japan's consumption tax will disappear. But to be honest, I don't really understand why President Trump sees the consumption tax as a problem.
The Trump administration argues that countries with VAT get tax refunds when exporting, which puts American companies at a disadvantage. But Japan's consumption tax also applies to products sold domestically, so you could say it's fair.
I see. So in the end, the consumption tax won't go away?
President Trump didn't go that far, but Japan's consumption tax doesn't apply to exports, and companies get tax refunds on purchases, so people say Japanese companies actually benefit from it.
Wait, does that mean President Trump is right? Then maybe it's fair to impose tariffs?
But you know, the US doesn't have a federal consumption tax, but there is something called a sales tax, and in the end, consumers bear the tax burden. But unlike Japan's consumption tax, it doesn't apply to business-to-business transactions and is only charged at the final sale. Also, fresh food is tax-exempt in some places, and since the tax varies by state, some states have no sales tax at all. For example, the highest is over 10% and the lowest is around 2%. It varies by region. The history of sales tax is much older than Japan's consumption tax, and some states introduced it as early as the 1930s.
Wait, Japan's consumption tax rate isn't that different. The US has had consumers paying taxes for a long time, yet its economy has grown. Could it be that Japan's consumption tax isn't really that bad?
It's hard to say, but Japan's issue is that the use of consumption tax revenue isn't always in line with the law.
Wait, is the consumption tax being used for things other than its intended purposes? But I still want the consumption tax to be abolished. Please don't spread the fact that the US has a sales tax, which is basically a consumption tax, on social media.
Okay, I won't spread it. But is it already too late?